When we started LCC Connect in 2022, it was our goal to create a podcast platform that connects our college with the community and our community with the college. Since then, we've grown to over 20 podcasts that are all hosted by members of Lansing Community College or activists within the Mid-Michigan community. And now it's time to go behind the scenes and find out what's happening behind the connection. Today on Behind the Connection, we welcome a member of our LCC Connect team who is one of the most authentic and kind-hearted individuals I know. And while we don't work in the same department here at the college, I can only imagine our students feel the same way about her. Her main role at LCC is helping students navigate their educational path, and in 2023, she was voted Best Academic Advisor of the Year in the City Pulse's Top of the Town Awards. And in addition to that, she recently won a national award for what she does here at LCC Connect. Now that I've given you a little background, are you ready to find out who I'm talking about? Yeah, that's right. I'm going to do a little role reversal here. Drum roll, please. Today's star is
Lisa Alexander.
There you go. A little bit of a role reversal. You did get to do that one time, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did that with Juji before she exited, didn't you?
I did.
All right, so those that don't know, Lisa is the host of Who's That Star here on LCC Connect, and in 2023, she won a W3 award under the category of Educational and Instructional Podcast for her interview with LCC's Dean of Student Affairs, Rhonda Miller. Now, the W3 awards, just to give you an idea what they are, they celebrate digital excellence by honoring outstanding work across websites, marketing, video, social media, podcasts, and emerging technologies. It's a lot of stuff there.
It is.
But you got one for the podcast, so that's awesome. Now, there was actually no formal presentation of you receiving the award, of course, but me and LCC's Chief of Staff, Lane Ingram, we stopped by your office to give you your W3 award, and here's a short audio clip of that moment. Are you ready? It's almost like this is your life, isn't
right.
it?
Oh, yeah. Winner, chicken dinner.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I can keep this?
That's yours.
Oh, this is good. I really did something. Look at this. I really
Yeah, baby.
Thank you.
Absolutely love your reaction there. Wow, I really did something.
I
That's
did.
awesome. Now, when we stopped by, you actually already knew that you had the award.
Yeah.
How did you find out, and what was your reaction when you find out?
So Lane had told me before that I had won, but you really don't know. Like, I didn't know what W3 was. And so I was like, well, this is cool, but you don't really appreciate it until you start getting that hardware. And so when y'all came and brought me the award, because I got a nice trophy and a nice, certificate, I was just like amazed. I couldn't believe that I had won an award nationally competing, against some other people, and they picked me. So it was amazing. I was excited. But I think at that moment when I saw the award is when it really clicked.
You just said it right there. It was a national award. It wasn't just against like other educational institutions. It was like against commercial, like top Fortune 500 companies and things like that. So that was really cool.
So that's because I did, after you win, you start doing some investigating in, and I was like, oh, look at all the different people that the podcast went against and stuff like that. So I was excited and I was really proud. And then I thought, oh, because we have a lot of shows, and y'all thought to submit my show. So I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it was awesome to see you get the award. And I was actually surprised at how heavy that trophy was.
Yeah, no, it's
You could club somebody with that.
Yeah, that's a nice trophy. And I was like, oh, this really looks like an Oscar. I felt like, this
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yes.
I really did something. All right, so anybody that's not familiar with Lisa's show, it's called Who's That Star, and she talks with members of the LCC community, including staff, faculty, other folks connected to the college. Now, you've been doing the program for about 2 years now. You started actually on, we actually, March 26th, is the day we are recording this.
Right.
Legitimately in the studio. I did not mean to do that.
Yeah.
That was completely accidental.
Sure, the Dow.
So congratulations, 2 years as host of Who's That Star. That is awesome. So what's your favorite part after all this time doing it, after 2 years, what's your favorite part about doing the show?
I think my favorite part of doing the show is I get an opportunity to learn about all of the different areas of the college. And then I get to meet the people behind those areas. And so some of them I know, some of them I don't. But what's interesting to me is I always get to find a little tidbit about the person that I would never probably know unless I asked.
Yeah.
So I like that. Like I found out about someone who has a passion for camping in national parks and birds and just certain things that people like that you wouldn't know unless you asked. And then now I'm like, oh, okay, so I have this Rolodex of information about people. And that's what I like, because I'm nosy or inquisitive, depending on whatever you want.
That's awesome. And, you know, the funny thing is you were pretty well known around the college anyway. Now you've just got to be probably one of the most well-known people here at LCC. That's kind of crazy.
You know, my voice is.
Yeah.
So, because like I get to do announcements here.
Yep.
And so people will say, I heard you on an announcement. Or like my students will come in and it's like, was that you? And so they know my voice. But with LCC Connect, what's funny is when the show airs and I'm riding, you know, I'm in my car or I'm at home or something, and then someone calls me, hey, you know, you on the radio? Did you know? I was like, yeah, you know, and I tell people, but I don't think people really pay attention until they actually hear you.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, wow, you on the radio. I was like, yep.
So the first time that happened, what was your reaction? I was like, yeah.
I was embarrassed, kind of.
Really?
Yeah, because it was a friend of mine, a coworker I hadn't talked to in a while. And then she was like, Lisa, I just heard you on Michigan radio. And then she was talking about it. And then what surprised me, because you always worry about how you sound to other people.
Sure.
And I kept getting compliments.
Yeah.
And so that boosts my you know,
your
confidence.
Your confidence, your ego a little bit.
Yeah, like
a little bit of both, and nothing wrong with either one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so not everybody's about being on a podcast or a radio show. There's had to have been some times some of the people, even around here at LCC, even after they've got to know what you do, that they're not always receptive about it. Have you found that to happen often, or what?
Well, I haven't found it too often. But there are people that I'll ask, and they may be in certain situations in life or work or other things that's going on, or they just they don't want to do it. I kind of can get a feel if there's just like an absolute no.
Yeah.
And I won't bug them.
Yeah.
That much. Like, I'm going to still circle back around to you.
So have there been a couple of people that you've been able to cajole and get them back or get them on board to do it?
Well, yeah, because what I'll do is I'll ask them and set the stage, and then maybe I'll get someone in their department who's already done it, and then they can tell them that the experience isn't as bad as you imagine, because people don't feel like they have anything to talk about regarding themselves.
And everybody's interesting in their own way, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is, but people don't think that. And I think the way that the show was set up by Juji, who did an excellent job, you know, I had to shout her out. I'll probably do it again. But,
you bet.
You know, I came into a show that was already made. She did such a good job. I was able to go in it seamlessly. And so when I tell them how the show is, and they know that if you make a mistake, we got excellent people who can make you sound good, you know, they'll do it. So I can kind of cajole some people, but most people, if they don't, I can feel their nonverbals, and I just don't.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So you talked a little bit about Juji, how she kind of set up the model for you originally. Do you feel like you've changed the show much since you've been doing it?
You know, there's some things that
Because I noticed you asked some questions that she didn't used to ask.
Well, it's because people pick them. sometimes.
Okay.
You know? I give
that's
them a
cool.
list.
So you give them a list?
Because I think that makes people feel comfortable. And that was something that, I didn't know that the big wigs did on TV, right? I didn't know they did that.
Okay.
And so I think it helps people because, one, they get to share with you what they want you to know. And this is not no expose, so I'm not trying to, dig
But
into
even then, you put a microphone in front of somebody and they feel guarded very often.
Yeah, they do.
And it's understandable.
But having an idea of where the conversation is going to go and then they get a chance to lead it, I think it helps ease some of that tension. And then I'm not really, the hardest person to talk to, I don't think.
Well, I haven't ever found that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, some people.
Maybe your daughter might have somebody.
Yeah, or they get tired, like more so she'll probably say, I'm tired of hearing her mouth. But, I just try to make it easy, and I think that the things that I changed were simple, like pre-recording an intro versus Juji would do hers every live every week, and not too much though, because like I do an intro, but I really got that from her too, and so that's the thing about it. Like I thought the show was excellent.
I think you're doing a great job with it, and just one of my favorite things about listening to you is as I mentioned in the intro, you're very authentic. I mean, the person that I'm hearing on the microphone is the same person I talk to off microphone.
Yeah,
and that's what I love about you. Okay, so now we kind of talked a little bit about what you like about the show. When other people outside of the college are listening to the show, what are you hoping that they take away from it?
Well, I want them to get an opportunity to get to know LCC community, right? Like that's the purpose of the show, in my opinion, is for the people that work at LCC and the people that are in the LCC community or surrounding areas. They'll know what type of place LCC is by the people that they hear on the podcast. And you'll see that people care about LCC, they care about the students, and they want to be helpful. And you also find that they're funny and they're human, and you don't have to be nervous about coming to LCC because we're just regular people.
You're talking about with the students and everything else, but I've seen our own staff care about each other too.
Yes.
And the term culture of care is often a thing you hear around here. And it's definitely something that I see very often on a day-to-day basis, actually.
Yeah, LCC, I'll say saved my life in the sense of I was surrounded by people that cared about me. They fed into me. They let me know that I could do the things that I put my mind to. And so I owe a lot to LCC, and I'm thankful to be here. And that culture of care is true. You just got to find your village.
Yeah.
And, ask questions and want to do something. LCC is here to help you.
You bet. Okay, so Who's That Star? We talked a little about how it was originally hosted by Juji Blaine, and you gave her props. When she was leaving the college, Lane ended up asking you specifically to host the show. He and I talked a little bit about it, and we were like, yeah, I think Lisa would do a great job. Now, were you on board to do it right away, or did you need a little time to think it over? And when you finally decided to take the reins, how did you feel?
So I was on board when Lane talked to me about it. Because, see, this is the thing. I already said I wanted to do a podcast.
Well, I know. You and I'd see each other out and about outside of LCC, and you'd be like, hey, when are you going to put me on the radio? When are you going to? You just got to come over. You just got to come over, Lisa.
Right. And that's the thing about it. Like, I knew I wanted to do a podcast because I just like to talk. And I feel like I have some ideas. But I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have an idea about the equipment. And so this podcast, it's like you can speak things into existence,
Yeah.
And I was lucky to be around you all and to feel comfortable to talk to you about what I want to do. And so you guys just gave me the platform to do it. And so
That's awesome.
it is awesome.
I'm definitely glad you got on board. Now, the crossover episode that you did with Juji, that was number 8. Who's That Star is LCC Connect's most prolific show. At the time of this recording, actually, we'd probably be at 56 posted shows by the time this particular program, the one that we're on right now, comes out. So 56, that means you have done a total of, and actually over 48, over 49 shows that you've done, if you count the one with Juji. Mm-hmm. So since that time, what do you feel like hosting the show has taught you about yourself specifically? You learned about all these people, but what has it taught you?
You know, it taught me that I could do what I put my mind to. Mm-hmm. And it taught me that even though I don't know how to do something, I can learn to do it.
Definitely.
And I didn't always think that way. And then you know how you'll have, oh, I'm not really good at this. And I don't think I'm the best. And I know there's a lot of things that I can change. But when you win an award, it make you feel some type of way like, what? So I was excited about that. And it just gave me more confidence. And I think, you know, you've mentioned to me where you can tell from when I started till now, the confidence that I have about being on air. That's the best thing it's done to me. It's giving me some more confidence, and I believe in myself. And I really feel good about what I do with Who's That Star. So,
I remember like the show after we did the crossover episode with Juji. I remember I was your first interview because I wanted you to just feel comfortable, and I knew like you and I would be able to talk, no problem. Mm-hmm. I just remember you going, I feel so nervous. And now you walk in and you're like, I got this. I'm good.
Yeah, but you know, and I have to say, Dedalia, and that has a lot to do with you because I'm for real. Like, you're a professional to me, like the utmost. You know, like you are a radio DJ from when I think about Wolf, what is his name?
Wolfman Jack.
Wolfman Jack. Like when I used to listen back in the day.
Yeah.
And you at nighttime and you didn't really have all of the things that you had now. And radio was really, it was one of those things that you listened to.
All right.
That's what you are to me. Like, you a real DJ. And so when I talk to you and you're like, oh, you're doing a good job. Have you thought about this? Or maybe you need to work on that a little bit. You do it in a way that it doesn't affect my self-esteem. I feel encouraged. And I feel like you are the bomb. So, like, if you're giving me good compliments, I must be doing it right. I'm for real.
I don't know that I'll ever reach Wolfman Jack status, but I appreciate that comparison.
You are, though. I'm for real. And like, I think we're lucky to have you because you just have a real high skill level with this.
Oh, you're awesome.
And so we're thankful.
You got me blushing here.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. There is nothing wrong with flattery. I will take it over and over. So how long have you been at LCC now?
So I came here in 2009, July 27th, 2009. I started working here as an adjunct instructor in the SDEV program. So that was the student development program. So I was teaching assertiveness, study techniques, eliminating self-defeating behavior.
So it was stuff to help students grow.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So how long have you been an academic advisor?
And then I got a job in 2010 as a supplemental advisor. And then in 2011, I got a 30-hour position. And then in 2014, I got full-time. Okay. So I've been here, it's probably about 15 years almost. And this is the longest job I've worked. The best job I work. I thank Tom Cleaver and Jamie Grant for hiring me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'll echo the sentiment on best job and longest job that I've worked as well.
Yeah.
So cool that you're the academic advisor now, and this was really, really cool. You were voted Best Academic Advisor of the Year in City Pulse's 2023 Top of the Town Awards. Did you know you were even like, what happened? How did you find out? What was your reaction? What was going through your brain when this happened?
So the thing about this is that I knew nothing. Like, I didn't even know they had a category.
Right.
I think this is the first year that they started adding such a large range of areas for the top of the town. Mm-hmm. And so one of the staff people in Star Zone said, hey, you know you on the top of the town for advising? I was like, what? So then that got me hyped up. So then when I found out, I looked it up and I saw it. So then I was like, oh, I gotta win this. So then I was like, okay, telling everybody that they will vote for me. But then I was like, that's tacky. You shouldn't tell people to vote for you. You know, they should want to vote for you. So then I said, okay, I'm not gonna do that. And then some other people picked up the realm and they told people to vote for me. And then I made it from the top 5. Then it was the top 3.
All right, so you did your own little campaign, but not quite. You kind of pulled back. And you said,
did pull back because I thought it was tacky. But I'm competitive, so I wanted to win. So I was like, okay, do I be humble? It's like, oh no, or do I try to go for it? So at first I started trying to go for it, but then after a while, you like, hold up. Then everybody gonna want to come to you for an advice.
Right.
So I was like, okay.
But it keeps you employed, right?
It does, and I appreciate it.
So did I miss it? How exactly did you find out? Somebody said something to you? Did you look it up?
In the Star Zone, they told me that I was nominated.
Okay, yeah, you did say that.
But once that happened, I was on it then.
Yeah.
I kept looking to see where I was, and, and then I won, and I was excited about that. And then they just did something. The City Post did a guru.
A guru?
They got this guru thing on there, and where now, like, they list out and they talk about LCC, they talk about me, they put my bio up.
Wow.
And then they said, like, nice things that people said about me.
Oh.
And so that part was what I really wanted to see anyway, because I'm glad I won and everything, but it's the nice things that people say about you.
It's well deserved.
And it was so nice. So yeah, I was.
Like I said, one of the most kind-hearted people I know, and definitely one of the most authentic.
Thank you.
All right. So if you had to summarize your typical work day for an academic advisor, what would you say it's like?
It's different every day in the sense of you never know who you're going to meet, who's going to come in your office. And the typical job is that I'm discussing with students their academic goal, and then we develop a pathway based off of their life and how it's set up and how to get there. And so we utilize maps to create semester plans for people, and I'm doing that typically every day. But with each student, there's a different story.
Right.
And with that story comes planning differently. And that's the thing about the advisors here at LCC. You're not just somebody that we're going to throw classes at you and that you need to complete them. We want to hear your story and try to help you navigate life so that you can be successful in life and academically. And so that's the part of my job that I really take to heart, that everybody's not going to be able to come full time. People work, people have families. And how do we incorporate education in your life so that you can change your standard of living and increase your income and have the type of life that you want to have?
Awesome. It's got to be really rewarding at times.
It is. That's the thing about it. Like, I like my job. I don't want to be, people ask me, do you ever want to be a supervisor? No, I don't want to. I like working with people. I like the feedback I get from students, and I like hearing people's stories. So.
Very cool. Well, true to what you do on Who's the Star, we're running out of time. So
I can talk.
I'm gonna ask you one question because you ask everybody else. I want to make sure I ask this. Go green or go blue?
Go green. That's there's no even. What are you talking about?
You didn't even hesitate on that one. I do still have one more question because we got to do the random question generator. But before we go, I just want to say thank you so much for doing what you do here at LCC Connect, and of course for the students here at LCC. It is awesome, and congratulations once again on the awards.
Thank you.
And apparently the write-up in some city policy. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
All right, here we go. Random question generator.
Okay.
What talent would you show off in a talent show? What talent would you show off in a talent show?
So I really don't. I don't have a lot of talent. For real, no. But if I could,
award-winning Lisa Alexander doesn't have a lot of talent.
nope. Not
right.
when it comes to a talent show.
All right, what you got?
I would lip sync.
Lip sync? You got a song you'd lip sync?
A whole bunch of them. I got a whole bunch of songs. Jill Scott,
You do that
Al Green.
Parliament Funkadelic?
all of that. That's what I'm saying. Lip sync, you can't lose.
That's what I know about you. I know you like Parliament because we both love Parliament.
That's right.
Thanks again, Lisa.
Thank you, Dedalian.
And that's how you do your interview?
Yeah.
Like when you're interviewing people?
I tell them, I don't need you to look at me, but I guess that's not a conversation. But I don't got time to look at you. I need for you to just answer my question. I don't need to look at you because right now we're just trying to get this done.
This is LCC Connect.
Voices.
Vibes.
Vision.